God is not against wealth. He is against disorder. This matters because many believers secretly believe that money and spirituality are in conflict. They're not. Scripture never condemns wealth. It warns against loving money more than God. There's a difference. One is stewardship. The other is idolatry. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10 says, "The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil." Not money itself, the love of it. When money becomes your master, it corrupts. When God remains your source, money becomes a tool. Abraham was wealthy. Genesis chapter 13, verse 2 tells us he had livestock, silver, and gold. David was wealthy. 1 Chronicles chapter 29 shows him preparing vast resources for the temple. Solomon was wealthy. 1 Kings chapter 10 describes gold, trade, and global influence. And Scripture never apologizes for that. What God examined was not their income, but their obedience. Here's the real issue. Many Christians aren't rejecting wealth because they're holy. They're rejecting it because they're uncomfortable with responsibility. Because wealth exposes character. It amplifies habits. It reveals priorities. Money doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you've been. That's why God often delays increase, not to punish, but to prepare. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18 says, "It is God who gives you power to get wealth." Power implies capacity, wisdom, judgment, self-control. Wealth without maturity is dangerous, but wealth with alignment becomes influence. God funds what He can trust, not perfection. Trust. Can you manage without panic? Give without resentment? Plan without fear? Lead without ego? These are stewardship questions, not spiritual loopholes. Jesus reinforces this in Luke chapter 16, verse 11. If you have not been faithful with worldly wealth, who will trust you with true riches? Faithfulness precedes expansion. Always. Srasai. This is why faith and finances cannot be separated. Faith keeps money in its place. Wisdom keeps money in motion. Faith anchors motive. Wisdom directs strategy. Together, they build impact. At Elevated Living, we don't demonize wealth. We discipline it. We don't chase money. We steward it. We believe money should serve purpose, not replace it. And that influence in the world is not unspiritual. It's necessary. If this resonates, you're in the right place. This is faith that builds, wisdom that multiplies, and lives designed for impact.